The sky above Earth had always been silent. Until that day. It started with a small light. At first, people thought it was just another satellite or maybe space debris. But the light did not move like anything humans had seen before. It stopped. Then it split into many smaller lights. Within minutes, the truth became clear. They were not alone. A fleet of alien ships appeared above Earth. The ships were smooth and shining, with soft blue lights glowing across their surfaces. They moved slowly, almost peacefully, as if they were not in a hurry. There were no explosions, no attacks, no loud sounds. Just silence. The entire world watched. Phones buzzed. News channels went live. Social media exploded with fear and excitement. Some people prayed. Some people panicked. Others just stared at the sky, unable to believe what they were seeing. In a high-security control room, Commander Elias Kane stood still, looking at the giant screen in front of him. His face was calm, but his eyes were sharp. He had trained for war. But not like this. "Any weapons detected?" he asked. A young officer shook his head. "No, sir. No signs of attack systems. Their ships are quiet." Kane crossed his arms. Too quiet. At that moment, a signal came through. All screens went black for a second. Then a message appeared. A strange symbol showed first, then slowly changed into human language. "We come in peace. We wish to speak." The room went silent. Around the world, the same message appeared on every screen, every device, every network. No system was safe from it. It was clear, the aliens could reach everything. World leaders quickly gathered online. Emergency meetings started. No one had a clear answer. Were the aliens truly peaceful? Or was this the beginning of something worse? Back in the control room, the team looked at Commander Kane. "What do you think, sir?" someone asked. Kane did not answer immediately. He kept looking at the alien ships. "They came too prepared," he finally said. "And too close." Hours passed, but the alien fleet did not move. They stayed in orbit, quiet and still, like watchers. Then something strange happened. Earth's satellites began to glitch. One by one, systems started to fail for a few seconds. GPS signals dropped. Military networks slowed down. Cameras in space lost connection. It only lasted a short time. But it was enough. "They are scanning us," Kane said quietly. The officers looked at each other. "But, they said they came in peace," one of them replied. Kane turned slowly. "Then why are they mapping our defenses?" No one had an answer. The message came again. "We come in peace. We wish to understand your world." This time, it sounded more direct. More focused. Like they were asking for permission, but already taking what they wanted. On Earth, people were divided. Some believed this was a historic moment. The first contact with another species. A chance to learn and grow. Others were afraid. Very afraid. In cities, people gathered in the streets, looking at the sky. Some waved, hoping the aliens could see them. Others stayed inside, locking doors, waiting for something bad to happen. Military forces around the world stayed on high alert. Jets were ready. Missiles were prepared. But no one fired. Not yet. Commander Kane walked closer to the screen. One of the alien ships slowly turned, showing its side. Strange patterns moved across its surface, like flowing light. It looked beautiful. But something about it felt wrong. "They are not just watching," Kane said. "They are learning." Another officer spoke. "Should we respond, sir?" Kane took a deep breath. "Yes," he said. "But carefully. A message was sent back to the alien fleet. "This is Earth. We hear you. State your purpose." For a moment, there was nothing. Then the alien ships glowed brighter. A reply appeared. "We wish to meet your leaders." Simple. Clear. But also, controlled. Kane narrowed his eyes. This was moving too fast. Too smooth. Like it had all been planned before they even arrived. He looked at the fleet again, watching every small movement. Then he spoke softly, almost to himself. "If they truly came in peace." He paused. "Why does it feel like they already know everything about us?" The room stayed silent. And far above Earth, the alien ships continued to watch. Waiting. The meeting was set. For the first time in human history, Earth would speak face to face with aliens. The location was not on Earth. It was in space. A large human space station, built for research, was quickly turned into a meeting point. Security was high. Every system was checked again and again. Soldiers stood ready, even though no one knew if weapons would even work against alien technology. Commander Elias Kane was there. He did not trust the situation, but he had been chosen to lead the security team. "Stay sharp," he told his soldiers. "We are not here to relax." Far outside the station, one alien ship slowly moved forward. It was smaller than the others, but still far more advanced than anything humans had. Its surface glowed with soft blue light, moving like waves across metal. It stopped just a short distance from the station. Then something unexpected happened. The alien ship opened. No doors. No sound. Just a section of the ship, fading away. And from the light, 3 figures stepped out. They floated through space without suits. Without fear. A transport beam from the human station activated, pulling them safely inside. Inside the station, silence filled the room. The aliens stood tall, thin, and still. Their skin was pale, almost glowing. Their eyes were dark and deep, with no clear emotion. They did not smile. They did not react. They only watched. One of the human leaders stepped forward slowly. "Welcome to Earth Station," he said carefully. "We come in peace." For a moment, nothing happened. Then one of the aliens moved its head slightly. "We understand your language," it said. Its voice was calm. Flat. Almost like a machine. "We thank you for your welcome." The meeting began. At first, everything seemed normal. The aliens asked simple questions. About Earth. About human life. About history. But soon, their questions changed. "How many defense systems protect your planet?" one alien asked. "What is the maximum range of your weapons?" another said. "How fast can your ships travel in deep space?" The room became tense. These were not peaceful questions. Commander Kane watched carefully from the side. His hand rested near his weapon, even though he knew it might be useless. "They are not here to learn about us," he thought. "They are here to measure us." One of the human leaders tried to shift the topic. "Tell us about your world," he said. "Why did you come here?" The alien paused. For a second, its dark eyes seemed to study every person in the room. "We came to understand your species," it replied. "But you already understand too much," Kane whispered under his breath. At that exact moment, a warning alert flashed in the control room. Back on Earth, something was happening. A hidden team of analysts had been watching the alien fleet closely. And now, they saw the truth. "Commander Kane, you need to see this," a voice came through his earpiece. Kane stepped back quietly and looked at a small screen. His eyes narrowed. The alien ships in orbit were moving. Slowly. Carefully. They were no longer in random positions. They were forming a pattern. A formation. A battle formation. They are surrounding the planet, Kane said softly. Back in the meeting room, the aliens continued speaking as if nothing had changed. We are peaceful, one of them said again. But now, the words felt empty. Fake. Kane stepped forward. His voice was calm, but strong. If you are peaceful, he said, looking directly at the alien, then why are your ships taking attack positions around our planet? The room froze. For the first time, the aliens did not respond immediately. A long silence followed. Then one of them finally spoke. You observe well, it said. That was all. No denial. No explanation. Just those words. At that moment, another alert came in. More serious this time. Energy levels rising in alien ships, the voice reported. Weapon systems, possibly charging. Kane's heart slowed. Everything became clear. This was never a peaceful visit. This was something else. Something planned. He looked back at the aliens. They stood still, calm as ever. But now, their silence felt dangerous. Very dangerous. Kane spoke again, louder this time. Meeting is over, he said. All personnel, prepare for emergency protocol. The human leaders looked shocked. Commander, wait, one of them said. But Kane shook his head. No more waiting. He looked at the aliens one last time. You didn't come here for peace, he said. The alien tilted its head slightly. And then, it gave a small answer. We came for control. The room went completely silent. And far above Earth, the alien fleet finished forming its perfect circle around the planet. The word stayed in the air. We came for control. No one moved. No one spoke. For a moment, it felt like time had stopped inside the station. Commander Elias Kane looked directly at the alien. His face showed no fear, but his mind was racing. Now everything made sense. The scanning. The questions. The silent fleet above Earth. This was never first contact. This was a takeover. Behind him, one of the human leaders stepped back slowly. His voice shook. You said you came in peace. The alien turned its dark eyes toward him. Peace, it said calmly, is achieved when there is no resistance. A cold silence filled the room. Kane took one step forward. And if we refuse, he asked. The alien did not hesitate. Then peace will be forced. That was enough. Kane activated his communicator. All units, he said firmly, this is Commander Kane. Situation confirmed. This is not a peaceful contact. Repeat, this is not peaceful. Across the station, alarms began to rise. Red lights flashed. Doors started to close. Soldiers moved into position. Back on Earth, the message spread fast. Panic began. Cities filled with noise. People rushed into the streets. News channels shouted over each other. Governments tried to stay calm, but fear was everywhere now. In orbit, the alien fleet completed its formation. A perfect circle around Earth. Like a cage. Then, slowly, the ships began to glow. Not soft blue anymore. Now it was brighter. Stronger. Dangerous. Energy levels rising rapidly, a voice shouted in the command center on Earth. All alien ships are charging weapons. Military leaders reacted immediately. All defense systems ready. Activate planetary shields. Prepare for impact. But deep inside, many already knew the truth. Earth was not ready for this kind of war. Back in the station, the aliens stood still, watching the humans react. No fear. No anger. Only control. Kane looked at his team. Get these people out of here, he ordered. Now. Soldiers quickly moved the human leaders toward the exit. But the aliens did not try to stop them. They simply watched. As if it didn't matter. As if the outcome was already decided. Kane stayed behind for a second longer. He looked at the alien leader. You made a mistake, Kane said quietly. The alien tilted its head slightly. Explain, it replied. Kane's voice was calm. You think we are weak because we tried to talk. He paused. But you don't understand humans. For the first time, the alien did not respond immediately. Kane turned and walked away. As the doors closed, the alien spoke one last time. We understand enough. Kane didn't look back. No, he said softly. You really don't. Moments later, Kane reached the command deck of the station. Screens showed the full image of Earth, surrounded. It looked small. Trapped. Commander, an officer called out. Alien ships are locking targets. Estimated strike in 2 minutes. Kane stood still. 2 minutes. That was all they had. Any chance we can stop them? Someone asked. Another officer shook his head slowly. Not with what we have. Silence filled the room again. Then Kane spoke. Open secure channel, he said. Channel open, sir. Kane took a deep breath. His voice became serious. Focused. Like he had been waiting for this moment. This is Commander Elias Kane, he said. Authorization code, Titan 0. The room went quiet. Some officers looked confused. Others looked shocked. Sir, are you sure? One of them asked. Kane didn't hesitate. Yes. He looked back at the screen, at Earth. They gave us no choice. For a second, nothing happened. Then. A new signal was sent. Not to Earth. Not to the station. But far, far beyond. Deep into empty space. Hidden. Silent. Waiting. On the alien command ship, a warning suddenly appeared. Unknown signal detected, one of them said. Source, the leader asked. Unclear, not from Earth. The alien leader paused. For the first time, something felt different. Track it, it ordered. But before they could finish, another alert came. Stronger. Massive object detected, entering range. The alien leader turned toward the main display. What is it? It asked. The answer came slowly. Almost uncertain. It's a ship. The screen zoomed out. Far beyond the orbit of Earth. Something huge was moving. Not fast. But unstoppable. Even from a distance, its size was impossible. Bigger than anything the aliens had seen before. The alien leader's voice lowered. That is not possible. Back on the human station, Kane watched the same signal appear. A small, almost invisible smile crossed his face. Right on time, he said. Around him, the crew stared at the screen in shock. What is that? Someone whispered. Kane's eyes stayed fixed on the approaching shadow. That, he said slowly, is why you don't threaten humanity. Far in the darkness of space, something ancient moved closer. And for the first time since arriving, the alien fleet felt something new. Uncertainty. Space went quiet. Not normal quiet. A heavy, deep silence, like something big was about to happen. Far beyond Earth's orbit, the dark shape moved closer. Slow. Steady. Unstoppable. At first, it looked like a shadow. Then the stars around it began to disappear. Blocked. Covered. Something massive was coming. On the alien command ship, tension spread for the first time. "Zoom in," the alien leader ordered. The image focused. And then they saw it. A warship. But not like anything they had known. It was huge. Longer than cities. Wider than mountains. Its surface was dark metal, almost black, with lines of glowing blue light running across it like veins. Giant structures covered its body, weapon systems, shield generators, unknown technology. It did not shine. It did not try to look beautiful. It looked built for one purpose. War. Back on Earth, every screen changed. The same image appeared everywhere. People stopped running. Stopped shouting. Stopped breathing. "What is that?" someone whispered in a crowded city street. No one answered. Because no one knew. Inside the human station, silence filled the command room. Even the soldiers stared in shock. Commander Kane stood still. Calm. Focused. "This is Titan-class warship." "Aegis," he said. The name echoed in the room. One officer turned to him, eyes wide. "Sir, we had something like this, all this time." Kane nodded slightly. "We hoped we would never need it." The alien fleet reacted quickly. "All ships, defensive positions," the alien leader commanded. Energy shields activated across their fleet. Weapons charged faster. Target locks began to form. But the Titan did not react. It kept moving forward. Slow. Silent. Like it didn't care. "Distance?" Kane asked. "Closing fast, but it's not even using full speed," an officer replied. Kane gave a small nod. "It doesn't need to." The Titan warship entered Earth's orbit. And everything changed. Its size alone broke the perfect circle of alien ships. Its presence pushed them back. Not physically. But mentally. For the first time, the alien formation was not perfect anymore. There was a gap. A weakness. On the alien command ship, confusion grew. "This ship, its energy levels are unreadable," one alien said. "Scan deeper," the leader ordered. "We are trying, but we cannot see inside it." That had never happened before. Never. The Titan stopped. Right in front of the alien fleet. Between them. And Earth. Like a shield. On its surface, small lights began to appear. One by one. Then hundreds. Then thousands. All glowing blue. All alive. Energy spike detected, an alien officer shouted. "It's activating something." Kane watched closely. "Shields," he said. Suddenly, a wave of blue energy spread across the Titan. A massive shield formed around it. But it didn't stop there. The shield expanded. Growing larger. Wider. Until it covered part of Earth. The alien fleet froze. Their sensors could not understand what they were seeing. "This is impossible," one of them whispered. Kane spoke calmly. "Now they understand." The alien leader made a decision. Fire. A single alien ship released a beam of energy. Fast. Bright. Deadly. It hit the Titan's shield. Nothing happened. No explosion. No damage. The beam simply disappeared. Like it had never existed. Silence. Even deeper than before. "Fire again," the leader ordered. This time, multiple ships attacked. Energy beams filled space. All aimed at the Titan. Again. Nothing. The shield did not break. Did not move. Did not even react. Back on Earth, people watched in shock. "That ship, it's protecting us," someone said softly. Inside the station, an officer whispered. "Sir, they can't even scratch it." Kane's eyes stayed on the screen. "That's not even the impressive part," he said. On the Titan warship, something changed. The blue lights shifted. Focused. Targeted. "Unknown systems activating," the alien officer shouted. "Prepare for." Too late. In one silent moment. The Titan responded. No loud blast. No massive explosion. Just a pulse. A controlled wave of energy. And suddenly, 3 alien ships went dark. Not destroyed. Not broken. Just shut down. Floating in space. Dead. The alien fleet pulled back. Formation broken. Confidence gone. On their command ship, fear entered for the first time. Real fear. "This is not a normal species," one alien said. The leader stayed silent. Watching. Thinking. Understanding. Too late. Back on the station, the crew stared in disbelief. Kane finally spoke. "They came here to take control," he said. He paused. "But now." He looked at the Titan. "They are trying to survive." Far in space, the Titan-class warship remained still. Silent. Powerful. Unshaken. And for the first time since arriving, the aliens realized something simple. They were not the strongest force in the galaxy. Not anymore. The battlefield went silent. No more weapons fired. No more movement. Only the Titan-class warship stood between Earth and the alien fleet. Unshaken. Unmatched. Unstoppable. Inside the alien command ship, no one spoke. Their screens showed the same result again and again. Their weapons, useless. Their scans, blocked. Their formation, broken. For the first time in a very long time, they had no control. The alien leader stepped forward slowly. Its dark eyes stayed fixed on the massive human warship. "That power," one of them whispered. "It is beyond prediction." Another said, "We miscalculated this species." The leader remained silent for a long moment. Then finally, it spoke. "We did not come prepared for this level of resistance." Back on the human station, Commander Elias Kane watched everything. "Status?" he asked. "No further attacks, sir," an officer replied. "Alien fleet is holding position." Kane nodded slowly. "They're thinking," he said. On Earth, people were still watching the sky. But now, the fear had changed. It was no longer fear of the aliens. It was something else. Shock. Hope. Pride. Humanity was not helpless. Not anymore. Suddenly, a new message appeared across all systems. The aliens were speaking again. But this time, their tone was different. "Humanity, we request communication." In the command room, everyone looked at Kane. He took a deep breath. "Open channel," he said. The screen shifted. The alien leader appeared once again. But now, it did not look calm. Not fully. Something had changed. "You have demonstrated unexpected strength," the alien said. Kane stood straight. "We tried peace first," he replied. The alien paused. Then spoke again. "We believed your species to be divided. Weak. Easy to control." A short silence followed. That belief was incorrect. Kane's voice stayed steady. "You came to take our world," he said. "Yes," the alien answered honestly. "And now?" Kane asked. The alien looked at the Titan warship behind him. For the first time, it hesitated. "Now," it said slowly, "we choose to withdraw." The room filled with quiet relief. But Kane was not finished. "You don't get to just leave," he said. The alien looked back at him. "You attacked our planet. You threatened our people." A pause. Then Kane added, "You will leave, and you will remember." The alien leader lowered its head slightly. Not in respect, but in acceptance. "We will remember," it said. Moments later, the alien fleet began to move. Slowly at first. Then faster. One by one, their ships turned away from Earth. The glowing lights faded as they prepared to jump into deep space. No one stopped them. The Titan did not fire. It did not chase. It simply watched. Like a guardian. Within minutes, the alien fleet was gone. Vanished into the darkness they came from. Silence returned to space. But it was not the same silence as before. This silence felt different. Stronger. Safer. On Earth, people began to cheer. In cities. In homes. In the streets. They had seen the truth. Humanity was not alone. But more importantly, humanity was not weak. Inside the station, the crew finally relaxed. Some smiled. Some sat down in disbelief. Others simply stared at the screen, still trying to understand what had just happened. Commander Kane stood quietly, looking at the Titan-class warship. "Stand down, Titan protocol," he said. "Yes, sir," an officer replied. Far in orbit, the massive warship slowly powered down its systems. Its glowing lights dimmed. Its shields faded. But its presence remained. One officer turned to Kane. "Sir, do you think they will come back?" Kane thought for a moment. Then he answered. "Yes." The room became quiet again. "But next time," Kane added, "they won't come as conquerors." He looked once more at the stars. "They'll come with respect. Far beyond Earth. In deep space." The alien fleet traveled in silence. No one spoke. No one questioned. Because now, they understood something they never expected. Humanity did not seek war. But if war came to their door, they would answer. Not with fear, but with power. And from that day forward, across the galaxy, one message spread faster than light. Do not underestimate Earth. Do not challenge humanity. Because when pushed, humanity pushes back.